Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Practitioners Podcast, applying Jesus-style disciple making to everyday life. This episode and all of our episodes, powered by Navigators Church Ministries, which focuses on helping churches make disciples who can make disciples. For more information or to get connected, go to navigatorschurchministries.org. Justin, we're back.
We're back. I'm so glad to be back.
I'm glad to be back, too. We took a whole year off. How are you feeling post-year off?
Really good. Really good. In fact, part of why I'm so happy to be back is because I feel like God has really kind of replenished the well in a lot of ways. And so I'm excited about the things that we're going to be sharing this season, and just to get back in that rhythm with you of talking disciple making and sharing, what we're both really passionate about talking about and practicing with the listeners. So, how about you?
I'll say
How
one of the
feeling?
things that I really missed was when we're recording, you and I see each other regularly anyway for disciple making meetings and coaching and just life and just friendship. But when we're discipling, it's like when we're recording for this, I like that extra rhythm of connection. Like it's a fun Friday afternoon event or a Tuesday afternoon. So it's good. I've missed the relational time, as no one is surprised.
That's right. Yes. Me too, though. Me too. So I'm looking forward to it.
We've had so many things happen this year that I thought we should jump into today's episode by talking about some of those things. And we should start with something that happened 1 year ago in September. Your book came out!
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Tell us all, how was that process for you?
It was mostly fun. It was a really cool thing for sure.
That's the most Justin answer I've ever heard in my life. It was mostly fun.
Mostly fun. The Foundation of Disciple Making Culture came out, published through NAB Press last September. And so there's been a few book events that were a lot of fun. Traveled to Colorado and did that. Got to do a book signing, which was both fun and kind of stressful because I wasn't sure, what am I going to write in the books? So anyway,
What did you write? What did you write?
Well, it depended, and I'm not sure I remember because that was a while back.
Okay,
but
all right, keep going.
It was some little pithy thing, right? And my name,
Right.
But the conundrum was, do I just sign my name? Like, it feels like people want more than that, and how personally make it, yada, yada. I probably stressed out way too much, more than I need to on all that. But anyway, so that was good, and just being a guest on different podcasts, talking about it was a lot of fun. And now just hearing about it, being out in the world is really cool. Getting different emails here and there, text messages. And that was a big event in my life. And it's been really cool. Yeah.
And your family also got to do some traveling.
We did a little traveling. Yep. So yeah, it's been a good summer in that way.
That's awesome.
So I don't know. We don't need to get into all that stuff, but what we do need to get into, Tony, is what's coming up for you this September, right?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that. I think something's happening on my birthday, which, it's more than just my birthday. So what is it?
September 23rd, my first solo book is coming out called Wisdom in the Wound, about how God uses your past to shape who you're becoming. This book has been a long time coming. It kind of creating itself inside of me, and the Lord would not let me release it. Somebody asked me the other day, has it been has the book writing experience been good? Like, how did it feel compared to my first book called Unbreakable? I wrote with a co-author, but this is really the first one I've done all by myself. And I was like, the difference is this has felt more burdensome than the other one. I have that burden to get it out into the world. And so that process has been a little bit of an undertaking, and I'm really excited to see it in print. And we're actually expecting the first copies to show up here by the end of August, so that I can start getting them out to people. And then we're having a big party, because that's the most Tony thing to do when you have a book release, is throw a big party. And we're doing
great.
that on the 22nd. So super excited about that.
Really excited for this. Really excited to see how that book's going to impact people. I was fortunate enough to be one of the early readers, and it's just really helpful. So I'm excited for that to happen. And just for, one of the things I'm enjoying watching is how you're launching it into the world, and how it's been a little different, which makes sense, right? Because you and I are a little different. So it's much more community. And yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for you and what it'll do. So Tony, let's talk a little bit about this upcoming podcast season. So in the past, and listeners, if you've been with us for a while, you know, like this is season 5.
And thank you. If you've been with us for a while and you survived this break, thank you for tuning back in.
That's right. Exactly right. But I wanted to just kind of review a little bit of where we've been, not like each and every season, but kind of where we've been, but also where we're going. So season 1, if you're new to the podcast, I would encourage you to go all the way back to season 1. Season 1 is kind of the basics and the principles of disciple making. And what that will do if you move through that season is kind of introduce you to us and kind of our framework of disciple making. And, you know, we try to get as close to Jesus's way as we can. And that's what we're about, right? Jesus-style disciple making. So it's one thing to say that. It's another thing if you would go through those episodes and hear us unpack what that means. We continue to do that in season 2. Season 3 was a lot on church culture and developing disciple making in church cultures. And last season, I think we did quite a bit of illustrations and sharing about those. It's been a journey, and it's been a great journey so far. What we're really excited to share this season is kind of connection and context. And we're going to unpack that, but I've found, and the more I've been thinking in this off season really about disciple making and what people need and what I keep bumping into as I'm discipling everyday folks, but also helping pastors and church leaders, is a lot of times this disciple making stuff, discipleship stuff, there's language around it, but it's not connected. So it's been disconnected from a lot of other parts of the church, a lot of other parts of the body. Or another way to talk about that is it lacks context. And without context, it's really hard to know or to anchor it into anything. And so we're going to be jumping down into some of those topics in this season. And so really excited to share that with you guys, and really excited, Tony, for these conversations that you and I are going to be having around disciple making.
I think one of the things that people often forget is that this isn't a traditional podcast in the sense of it was never meant to be entertaining, right? And so there's a term that gets often used in the podcast world called infotainment. So it's informational and entertaining. That's never really been our goal. Our goal has always been to create a toolbox of like a repository of tools that you can use in your disciple making journey. So it's not, we tend to be laser focused, dedicated to our niche. And so if you need to go back and look at some of these tools, I recommend justingravett.com has a great search engine. There's lots of websites, our Podbean site, all the things, all the places listed on the show notes. And I'm also really excited because season 5, for the first time, we're going to put all the episodes on YouTube. So this entire season is going to be on Justin's YouTube channel. There's a link to it in the show notes. But part of the reason we're doing that is because we want these tools to be searchable by you, the everyday disciple maker. And if it's not for that, then we don't want to do it, because that's honestly our heartbeat around this entire thing. Justin and I don't need an excuse to talk to each other more, nor do we need an excuse to talk about disciple making more. But we do want to make sure that we're putting good tools out into the world, and YouTube is really where it's at. So, Justin, any closing thoughts before we wrap this one up and get into episode number 1?
No, just want to echo what you said. Glad you guys are back with us. Thanks for kind of waiting in the wings, so to speak. And yeah, we're really excited. We didn't want to just keep putting content out into the world that we weren't excited about and we didn't think would be helpful. And so that's what that break did for us. And now we're really excited to be back with you and to be contributing, hopefully, helpfully, in your life around disciple making.
As always, if you need anything from us, we're embarrassingly easy to find. Hit that subscribe button wherever you listen to podcasts or on Justin's YouTube channel. And the highest compliment you can give us, share this episode with a friend. Well, can't wait to connect with you guys real soon as we dive into season 5 of the Practitioners Podcast.